All right, now this question is a little bit different. It says the equation t equals m plus 10e gives the test score t for a student who answers m multiple choice questions and e essay questions correctly. Solve the equation for e. Now, we don't usually do questions like this. You're not solving the equation for e in that you're going to find a number value for the solution. It's not going to be e equals 6 or e equals 9 or e equals negative 1.2. You're going to set e equal to all the other stuff. So you're going to do this just like you're doing a regular equation, opposite side do the opposite and all that, but all it's going to be is it's going to be e equals everything else. It's not going to be just a finite number, it's going to be everything else in the question is going to end up on the other side of the equal sign. So take a look, we've got t equals m plus 10e. Now I'm solving for e, this variable e. So I want to go ahead and get him all by himself. Well, think about it. When we solve an equation, it's always like x equals this or j equals this. So if I'm solving it for e, that's the thing that's going to be on the left side of the equal sign. And if he's going to be on the left side of the equal sign, I need to go ahead and flip this around. So I'm going to rewrite this as m plus 10e equals 10. So everything else other than e has to get kicked over to the right side of the equal sign. Now we know the thing that's directly connected to the variable by multiplication always goes last. So the 10 is going to go last, which means m has to go first. So I'm going to move m by doing the opposite. I'm going to subtract m from both sides. M there is a positive. The opposite of a positive is a negative, and negative looks like subtraction. So I do that, and I've got 10e equals t minus m. Getting there, but now I got to get the 10 kicked out of the way because, again, I just wanted to say e. Well, this is a multiplication question now. So I'm going to solve that by dividing. Now, some of you are saying, oh, that's not going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of work there. No, it's not. There is no work to do. We're not combining these. We're not simplifying these. Our goal is to just get everything over to the right side. And I've done that. What I have here is my solution, fully simplified. That's as far as I can go. E equals t minus m over 10 is how I've solved the equation for e. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the questions at the bottom of the page there. In number 1, we've got 5x plus 8 equals x. Now this is, again, one of those questions that we could solve it like this, but there's more things wrong than there are right. The only thing that's really nice about this right now is 5x. 8 is a number, he belongs on their side. X is a variable, he belongs on the left side. So this is one of those questions where I would go ahead and flip right away to start here. And as I flip this around, it's going to say x equals 5x plus 8. Well, as you can see, now I have a variable on the left and a number on the right. The only thing I don't like is the 5x, because that's a variable thing and it should be on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that around, move it to the opposite side by doing the opposite. That's me subtracting 5x from both sides. So I do that, and I've got negative 4x equals 8. And as you can see, what I have here is a very basic one-step equation to solve. It's a multiplication equation, so I'm going to solve that by dividing. I'm going to divide out by negative 4 all the way across. And when I do that, I end up with x equals negative 2. Now, number 2 is like an earlier question as well. There's a lot there. It's like question number 2 in the examples. There's a lot there. All they want us to do is simplify by combining our like terms and then do all the steps of solving an equation. So we've got 12z minus 12 minus 4z equals 6 minus 2z plus 32. So on the left side here, I've got these two z terms I can put together. So I'm going to combine the 12z minus 4z, and that's going to end up changing into 8z's. Again, if you're wondering why I didn't do the opposite, it's because they weren't on opposite sides. They were both on the left side, so I just put them together. Still got the minus 12, haven't done anything with that yet. And it equals, well, over here, all right, I've got this negative 2z. Well, I can't do anything with that yet, so that's just going to be negative 2z. And this 6 and 32, though, since those are constants, those can be put together here, those integers. 6 plus 32 is 38. And again, I'm just doing exactly what it says. I'm I'm not doing the opposite side, do the opposite stuff yet. All right, so now let's send variables to the left. We've already got 8z over there, but 2z is going to join them. I'm going to add 2z to both sides. Again, that's me doing the opposite. 2z there was a negative. The opposite of a negative is a positive. Positive looks like addition. As far as 12, sending that to the other side. Again, me doing the opposite, so I'm adding 12 to both sides. So I do that, and I've got 38 and 12, which goes together to make 50. So I've got 10z equals 50. Right, that's a multiplication equation to be solved by division. So I would divide out 10 all the way across now here. And when I do that, z equals 5, which is the solution you can see they've already listed. All right, let's take a look at number 3 here. It says Marla's gift basket sells a muffin basket for $22 plus $2.25 for every balloon. A competing service sells a similar muffin basket for $16 plus $3 for every balloon. They want to know at what price point would those muffin baskets with the balloons match up. So for Marla's, they say to spend $22 plus $2.25 for every balloon. So plus $2.25 for the number of balloons. 22 plus $2.25b. All right, and they want to know when is that the same as, let me go ahead and fix that sign up there. It should be just an equals. When is that the same as the other guy? And what they tell us about the other guy is $16 for the basket plus $3 for every balloon. So 16 plus 3 times b. Solve that equation. All right, so we know how to do that. Variables to the left, numbers to the right. So 3b's got to go over to that left side. Doing the opposite, so that means I'm subtracting 3b from each side. And numbers to the right, which means this 22 is going to get kicked over here. Again, moving it to the opposite side of the equal sign, so I'm doing the opposite. That's me subtracting 22. All right, so I got 225b minus 3b, which is negative 75 cents b, negative 0.75b. And I want to know when is that going to be the same as negative 6. All right, well, that's a multiplication equation to be solved by division here. So I'm dividing both sides by negative 0.75 here. So I'm going to take that negative 6 and divide it by the negative 0.75. Negative divided by a negative is going to change positive, which is great because it should be positive. It should be a positive number of balloons. That would make sense. And when I do that division, 6 divided by the 75 cents turns into 8. So at 8 balloons, the cost of the basket at Marla's and Hearst competitors will be exactly the same.